What's up y'all, and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hello and welcome. In today's video, we are going to be playing with the new Gourmandises palette from Gourmande Girls. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not 100% sure, but for this video and today's purposes, it is going to be the Gourmandises palette. But this is actually one of 3 new palettes that the brand has recently launched. The other 2 are in collaboration with Ladybug Glow, and they were actually featured in the August Ice Cream Beauty box. That video went up on Monday. I unboxed it, tried everything on, and I created one look with each of those palettes, so I will have it listed down in the description box in case you missed it and you're curious about it. But this one is absolutely adorable. I love the cover art in here. It looks so yummy, so delicious, and the color story absolutely matches. This is the brand's take on a pastel palette, and to me, this is like pastels with a twist. You definitely have your true pastels down here, but you also have some mid-tones, some deepening up shades. You have a neutral shade over here, and I love that this palette is matte heavy. You only have 4 shimmers in here, and they look absolutely beautiful. This palette is very unique to my collection. I'm excited about the color story, and this is something a little different for the brand as well. I love Gourmande Girls. They are one of my favorite indie brands. They have such a fantastic formula, and she's really giving it to us hard right now. And I know that like the spooky season is coming, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be so good. But we are going to create 2 different looks with this palette, and at the end of the video, I'm going to give you my first initial impression thoughts on this palette. Keep in mind, these are not my final thoughts. I give those to y'all later on down the road in a palette ranking video after I've had a chance to test out every single shade, see what the formula is like, the wear time, creasing, all of that jazz. But I will have this palette as well as everything else that I use in this video listed and linked down below in the description box. So per usual, if you're ever curious about anything that I use in any of my videos, always to the description box. I squeeze as much information as I possibly can into that tiny little space. But without further ado, let's go ahead and zoom in, prime my eyes, and get creating some looks. Alright, so we're just going to ignore my hair. My boys and I have been getting back into the gym, and I decided that if I'm going to be washing my hair every single day, there is no way that I'm going to blow dry and straighten it. So we're just gonna rock the poofy natural texture that's going on. Absolutely, I will do it if I have something going on, but you'll be seeing a lot more of this as of late. But I'm just priming my eyes really quick. This is my MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly. This is my Holy Grail eyeshadow primer. I have very oily eyelids, and this is the one I know I can count on no matter what. My eyeshadow will not crease. It will last all day. The pigmentation will be there. So I also know that if there's an issue, it's not with the base, it's with the eyeshadows. But let's go ahead and start creating our first look. And if you're not new here, you already know where this first look is going. I am 100% diving into these purples. I want those all over my eyes. So I'm thinking what I want to do is, I think we're going to start with this shade right here and put this one in my inner corner, and then we'll work to the outer corner. So this one is called Violet. Absolutely love that shade name. I'm going to pick this up with a Singe Beauty EO2 brush, and I'm going to start to put this on my inner corner. Now, I had originally planned on having this video go up yesterday, but things kind of got away from me. I didn't have a lot of time to film yesterday. Those of you who are not new here know that my dog Katie, who is in the background of pretty much every single video, she always hangs out with me. She has been very sick lately. She started out with a cough, and we ended up going to the vet. They gave her some medicines that it would probably resolve on its own. Well, it did not. It turned into pneumonia. We ended up at the emergency room a couple of weeks ago, and they did x-rays, they did blood work, they did the whole 9 yards, sent her home with some medicine, and she was doing really, really well. I love that. That looks beautiful. Okay, let's move on to the next shade. So I think what I want to do is jump to my outer corner and go in with this purple shade right here. This one is called Raisin. So I'm going to pick that shade up with, which brush do I want to use? Let's do this one. I'm going to pick that up with a BK Beauty 203 brush. So anyways, she was doing a whole lot better, and then this past Sunday, she kind of, I don't want to say she took a turn for the worse, because that's very dramatic, and she didn't get like horrible, it wasn't scary, but we noticed she wasn't eating. Her coughing was coming back a little bit. She was still acting like her same old self. She was very energetic. She was doing all the other things, but she didn't eat. So I kind of kept an eye on her. She didn't sleep very well that night. She did a lot of coughing, a lot of hacking. You know, whenever you get sick and it's just like that deep chest cough where you're trying to get everything up. She was doing that all night, Sunday night. That shade is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to bring this down onto my lower lash line as well. But she kind of kept me up all night, and we get up about 5:15, 5:30 to get my boys up, breakfast, out the door for school, all of that. They are not capable of doing that on their own. They would never. They would sleep through an alarm and never get out of here. So I got them up, and when I came back in my room to get Katie up, she had coughed up a bunch of mucus everywhere. Really sorry for putting that out there, but facts are facts. If you've ever been sick, you know what I'm talking about. It was all over the bed, it was on the floor, it was kind of everywhere, and when I let her out, she kind of continued throughout the house. So I had to spend a lot of the day cleaning that up, washing the bed, the floor, the rugs, all of that. All right, next I want to go into this pink shade up here. This one is called Rosé. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that shade up with, let's do this one, a BK Beauty 206 brush. And I'm just going to kind of fill in that gap that I have right there. So I called the vet and let them know what was going on. I was like, you know, is this normal? Is she supposed to be doing this? Has it gotten worse? Like, what do we need to do? I need to know. I worry about her because she is 10 and a half years old. So she'll be 11 in February, but she's my heart dog. If you've ever had a heart dog, if you are an animal lover, you know exactly what I'm talking about. She is my soulmate. She is that dog that will devastate me when the day comes. But they told me to go ahead and bring her in, so I went ahead and brought her in, and she listened to her and all of that, and she said it definitely sounded like she still had some like fluid in there that she needed to get out. So they went ahead and prescribed her with something a little heavier. It's like a steroid with a cough suppressant in it as well, so it's gonna loosen everything up and help her. And I will say she is already doing so much better. She slept all night. She's not coughing nearly as much. If she starts to, I will try and edit that out of this video, but she is doing so much better. So she's definitely on the mend, but you know, it's scary when you've got a dog that gets sick like that and they can't tell you how they're feeling. They can't tell you what hurts. They can't tell you if they feel better. You just kind of have to go based off of their demeanor, and I'm hopeful this is going to do it. I think it will. She's very healthy. Other than that, she does have allergies, but those are very well under control. She has medication for those. But ooh, that's pretty. I love that color combination. Okay, let's move on to shimmer really quick. I'm gonna prime my eye with my NYX glitter primer, finish up my story time, and maybe we can move through this a little bit faster. I just kind of wanted to give an update to y'all on Katie because I know I've had some of you ask. I know there's a lot of animal lovers out there, and I'm definitely the person that if somebody mentions something in one video, I want to know the tea. I want to know what's going on. Give me all the updates. So I'm going to prime with my NYX glitter primer, and we're going to jump into a shimmer. But like I said, she's doing a whole lot better, but because of all of that and having to do dinner and my commitment to going to the gym with my boys, I just never got around to it. And that's one of the things I absolutely love about this is the flexibility. I love creating these videos, sitting down, filming for y'all, playing with all this, but I love that if I can't do it, it's okay. And I've really gotten okay with telling myself that it's okay. But let's go ahead and get back to this look. Let's throw some shimmer on this lid. So a part of me really wants to go in with this shade right here, which is called Sorbet. But then the other part of me wants to go in with this one. Ooh, that one feels so, oh, that's the one. That's the winner. This one is called Grenadine, and look at that shade. It is like this most beautiful, like pink to gold flip. That's going all over my eyeball. I don't care. The other one's purple. So I'm going to pick up the shade Grenadine, and we're going to put this all over the lid. Oh, that is so pretty. I love a purple and I love a pink, and I love the combination of the two. And this look makes me so happy. but I do think I want to put a little bit of that purple shimmer shade just kind of right here, that one called Sorbet, just so everything kind of blends nicely. I don't have a harsh line or anything like that, but I do want to leave my inner corner matte. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up just a little bit of that Sorbet shade, and I'm just going to very lightly pop it right here. It is a little bit different in undertone, but I think if I disperse it, it'll be just fine. Yeah, look at that blend. Perfection. All right, y'all, so that's gonna complete this first look, and I absolutely love the way this turned out. I love it when I get to do a pink and purple eye look. This is so beautiful. I'm loving that pastel purple on the inner corner. I could definitely give it a little bit more pop if I put a white base on underneath it, but it still looks beautiful, and that shimmer all over the lid is so yummy and so stunning. I love this look. But let me show you what I used to finish off this look, and then we're gonna pop into our second look with this palette. So in my lower waterline, I went in with a NYX Epic Wear liner. This is in the shade Pink Spirit. And then I lined my lid with my Urban Decay 24/7 Inks liquid liner in the shade 0 and finished it off with some Charmacy volumizing mascara. But let's go ahead and move on to the second look, because I think I'm gonna do kind of another monochromatic moment. I really wanna play with the blues in here. This bright blue is so absolutely beautiful. I love this blue over here. And then of course we have this really pretty like deeper navy blue like denim shade. So I think what I want to do is start out with this shade up here, this really bright vibrant blue. This one is called Gourmande. I absolutely love that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick that one up with a Singe Beauty EO6 brush, and I'm gonna put this into my outer corner, kind of like I did over here, just building up that shape, a little bit of depth. I want this to be like the full-on pop of color. I want this to be the color that you see when you look at this look. So I'm gonna really kind of concentrate this on like the outer half of my lid, bring it up kind of high, and I think I'm gonna bring this down onto the lower lash line as well, just kind of wrap it around and make this the main focal point of the look. All right, next I want to go in with this denim blue shade right here. This one is called Muir, and I want to deepen up my outer corner just a little bit. So I'm going to pick it up with a Morphe M506 brush, and I'm just going to put this into the outer corner slightly. I don't want to bring it all the way over and like fully deepen up this look, but I want to see what kind of depth we can get if these shades are going to stack up on top of each other the way that I know that they should, and see what we can get. All right, I love the depth that gave me. It was just enough to kind of give a soft gradient on the outer corner, but I want to go in with this shade right here and put it on the rest of the inner portion of my lid, inner corner, all of that, and wrap it around to the lower lash line to meet up with the first shade that we put down. So this one is called Macaron. I'm going to pick that up with a BK Beauty 211 brush, and like I said, I'm just going to put that in all of that blank space. So I'm going to bring it over into my inner corner, bring it up into the crease, all the way over to that first shade that I put down, and I'm just doing my pressing motions that I usually do, especially whenever I get to where that first shade is, just so everything blends and nothing muds out or disappears into the other shade. And I'm also going to wrap this down onto my lower lash line as well. All right, glitter glue is on. We're gonna put this shade all over the lid. I'm not sure if this is called Curacao, like the liquor blue Curacao, or if it's supposed to be Curaçao. I'm not sure. We're gonna go with Curacao because when I look at it, that's what I first see. So I'm gonna pick that shade up with my finger and put this all over my lid. That is what the shade looks like. It has this really pretty like purple flip to it almost. Oh, so stunning. She's getting me with the purples and the pinks, y'all. But look at how beautiful that is. I love that. All right, so the second look is complete, and this is absolutely beautiful. This would be like that perfect look to wear in the winter time, or maybe like winter into spring. Of course, you can do whatever you want year round, but this is what I would go for in those months. I think this is absolutely beautiful. I love the blues in here. Again, I love the shimmer. I think it's absolutely beautiful. There is a little bit of that purple flip to it, and I think if you were to put this on like with purple eyeshadows, that flip would really come out a lot more. But let me show you what I used to finish up this look, and then we will close out this video. So in my lower waterline, I went in with a ColourPop cream gel liner in the shade Prance, and then for the rest of my look, I went in with the same liquid liner and mascara that I used in this eye over here. But let's go ahead and zoom out and chat about this palette. All right, y'all, so first initial impression thoughts on the new Gourmandises palette from Gourmande Girls. I think this is beautiful. I love the variety in here. I love the color story in here. It's definitely unique when it comes to a pastel palette. Like I said in the beginning, it's like pastels with a twist. I love a good pastel palette, but I like a lot of depth in my looks, and I can see myself getting a lot of use out of this one moving forward because it does have that depth in here. Now, we've had a lot of pastel palettes thrown our way lately, and I feel like this one really stands out and it's really unique. As far as the formula goes in here, it's exactly what I expect from the brand. The mattes performed absolutely beautifully. They built up, they were nice and pigmented without being hard to work with or having a hard time blending them out. I didn't experience patching, fallout, skipping, anything like that. Obviously, I'll have to let y'all know in future video about longevity, but from what I know from the brand, I never experienced any issues with creasing, with the colors fading away, anything like that. They usually wear on my eyes all day for at least a good 10 hours, and that's what I expect from an eyeshadow palette. After that, if you want to break down, do whatever you want to do, that's fine. You have worked really hard. You deserve it. The shimmers in here are beautiful. They are a little bit on the drier side, but they're not flaky. They don't emphasize texture or anything like that. But if you're somebody who loves a super smooth, like really finely milled shimmer, these are not going to be that. But they're, like I said, not going to be flaky. They're not going to give you fallout or emphasize the texture on your lids. But I think this is beautiful. I got to 6 of the mattes in here and 3 of the shimmers, and like I said, I didn't experience any issues. I've got lots of other looks in my head that I really want to create with this, but I think it's beautiful. I've really enjoyed playing with this palette. I think it's a fantastic addition to my collection, a fantastic addition to the brand, but I will say if you have any other pastels in your collection and some other colors, this may not be something you need. It's obviously, you know, to each their own. Kind of go through your collection, see what you absolutely need, or maybe you're like me and you just want it all and you don't really care if you have something very similar. But like I said, for me, this has a very special place in my collection and I am super excited to continue using this. But that is going to complete this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me know all of your thoughts down below in that comment section. Did you pick up this palette? Which look was your favorite? Are you a fan of Gourmande Girls? I want to know it all. Let's have that conversation, light up that comment section, and as usual, I want to thank you all so much for watching my video and spending your time with me. It truly does mean so much to me. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future posts here on my channel. I do post quite a few videos every single week and I wouldn't want you to miss one. But until my next one, have a good one. Bye.